There's a quiet power humming underneath your skin, a fire wrapped in softness, a cathedral held within. You work behind the curtain while the world demands the stage, but the depth of what you carry could fill 1,000 pages. You've been searching for the meaning in the spaces in between, and the cosmos keeps on whispering things you've always seen. You were made of fire and mercy, truth and tender grace. With a heart that reads the room before you've seen a face. The universe is holding what your hands cannot contain. Every wound you turned to wisdom, every loss became your gain. You love with open honesty, no armor, no disguise. You crave a soul who matches yours, who meets you in the eyes. You balance like a dancer on the edge of give and take, and the right one will adore the art that only you can make. You've been given more than asking, that's the pattern in your bones, but the tide is finally turning. You don't have to walk alone. You were made of fire and mercy, truth and tender grace. With a heart that reads the room before you've seen a face. The universe is holding what your hands cannot contain. Every wound you've turned to wisdom, every loss became your gain.
Hello. Welcome, everyone. I am your host, Nicki B. Welcome to Explore with Nicki B. So, what is Explore with Nicki B? I want to give you guys a little bit of an intro so you know what's coming. I will be filming episodes weekly, so you will get one episode a week from me. They will come out on Wednesday evening. Time is to be determined. I'm thinking maybe around 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I will let you know exactly what time I have decided once we launch and go live. So what is Explore with Nicki B? So first and foremost, I am Nicki B, Nicole Brienne. My name, how I got the name Nicki B, it actually came from my dad. So my dad passed away in 2007, the end of 2007 in November. But when I was a little girl, he used to call me Nicki B. When I was born, my name was Nicole Brienne, and I was called Brienne up until I was 4 years old. So when I had to enroll in kindergarten and had to go by my legal name, they changed it back to Nicole, but my dad used to just call me Nicki B. So it always stuck with me, and then once he passed away, I decided to kind of do a tribute to him with my business that I started. So I started my business, Explore with Nicki B, back in the beginning of 2001. I'm sorry, not 2001, 2021. So yeah, I've been doing this for almost 5.5 years. I'm a consultant. I do more than just that as well, but I've been in the car business for over 25 years now. So I mainly do consulting for the car business. I was a finance manager for 15 of those years, and then I worked for LoJack. I was the area business director there. I worked there for almost 5 years and been doing this for 5.5 years. So again, long time in the business, lots of knowledge, lots of history, definitely an entrepreneur by nature. I do more than just that. So I'm always juggling something, like this, right? Now I'm doing this. with this channel, the whole purpose of it, to do the YouTube channel and eventually a podcast, is just to really connect with people and help others. So I really, really enjoy helping people. I want to connect with people, help people, lead people to God. That is my mission, is to lead others to God. It's not lonely at the top if you have others with you. So, and I don't mean financially. So I want everyone to go to heaven with me, with God. So, and then also protecting the children. So my mission is to help save children as well. During COVID is when I kind of woke up and you can say unplugged from the matrix. So I unplugged and I learned a lot. I learned more than I probably should have. I got pretty depressed during COVID with everything that I had learned. All the stuff that everybody's learning about now with the Epstein files, I learned about back in 2020. And it made me sick to my stomach. Was extremely depressed after that rabbit hole that I went down. And then turned that depression into anger and trying to fight to save the children. I created marches. I went to a lot of marches. Trying to help protect the children and make people aware of what was going on and sharing it all over social media. I'm sure people were sick of me with all the sharing I was doing. I even created a group with on Facebook with a friend. It was called Hidden Truths, and I was sharing a lot of that on there. Eventually that page got taken down, and unfortunately my old Facebook page, I had shared that Hunter Biden post, the Hunter Biden laptop post, and that post got my account completely deleted and banned off of Facebook. So I tried to fight. They said I could fight to get it back. I tried to fight to get it back, and they asked for my driver's license, which I uploaded, and they still declined it. So now they have a copy of my driver's license, and still no account. So because I wasn't able to get into that account, I couldn't dispute the Hidden Truths page that they deleted. So anyways, I had that. I was trying to share the message and wake people up and help people understand, what actually is going on out there. And so I've wanted to do this for a long time and have some kind of a platform where I could speak on these things that are happening, and also just help people with what I do know, my wisdom, my knowledge, being a woman in business for as long as I have, being successful with the company that I created. And then, being part of a really good team. I work under Maureen Associates, shout out to Jeff. Great company and team to work underneath of within the car business, right? To be able to offer portfolio and alpha and all these different products, Starguard and different things like that to our dealerships. So, and being able to help them sell the best products and have the best products to offer their customers. So I want to take my knowledge and transfer it and share it. I also want to help people. I also am a conspiracy theory girly, so I'd like to go over a little bit of that. We'll have some tea time for sure. Lots of tea time. The episodes, how they're going to work is it's going to be an hour long. The first 30 minutes will be whatever topic we're going to discuss. Then the next 15 minutes will be tea time. We'll go over some tea, share some juicy things, and then the last 15 minutes will be answering any questions from the week before. So, for example, with this episode, even though it's just the intro, you can comment below and ask questions for the first episode. So if you have any questions you'd like to ask me, you can comment below and I will answer them on the next episode. So they're going to launch every Wednesday. I record every Sunday, and then they go live on Wednesday. So you will be seeing this, so you can comment to ask questions for the future episode. I am currently getting a divorce. I'm on my second divorce. Third time's a charm, right? I am taking applications after December 5th. Just kidding. But I am a mother of 4. I have 4 children, ages 15, 17, 21, and 23. I'm actually going to be a grandmother as well. My 21-year-old daughter is pregnant right now with a son, so I have a grandson coming. His name is Vicente, and he is due August. So we'll have a little baby here soon. But I have lots of knowledge, lots of wisdom. Obviously, having 4 children, soon to be grandbaby, 25 plus years in the car business. Been doing this specific job for 5.5 years. And then, everything that I've been through in life, that's what we'll go over on episode 1. You'll learn who I am and what I've been through, my life story. We'll need tea time the whole time for that. I don't know how many episodes my story will take, so we'll just keep it going until we're done, and then we'll jump on board and get to specific topics. What's funny is a lot of people, so God has been pushing me to get this going, and I kept fighting it. So a lot of people will actually hear from God specifically, and they'll hear him talk to them, right? And they'll listen to him, or they won't. But I don't hear him physically talk to me, but he speaks to me in different ways. Whether it's the Spirit, angels, they'll speak to me by showing me things, or I can feel things. I'll feel things that's the truth, and then I see things and they show me messages and things like that. So for me, I'm what you call an empath. A lot of people have different names for it. They might call you a starseed or a chosen one, or an empath, and people might say you're psychic. But for me, I can feel things. So like I feel when someone's telling me the truth, and I can feel when someone's telling me a lie. And that's why I resonate with the truth. I love the truth. I love authenticity and just being honest about everything. Like I love telling the truth. It means so much to me to tell the truth. And that's why I'm here. I want to share the truth and share wisdom and share knowledge with you. But I can feel it as an empath. I feel truth. I feel lies. I feel when I'm supposed to do something or not do something. I can feel stuff before it actually happens. If I enter a room, I can feel people's energies, whether they're not good people or they are good people. And it's just something that I've always had to live with, right? So I get these messages. So I was supposed to do this a long time ago, right? I had the idea to do it that came into my head. So I pushed it off on the back burner. Life happened, kids, scheduling, football, cheerleading, all the things. So my schedule was crazy. Work was crazy. Never really had the time to do it. So I kept pushing it off. Then life happened with my current marriage, and now going through a divorce, which again, we're going to need a whole probably episode on that tea time and a whole pot of tea. But life happened, and put it on the back burner again. So now I'm finally at the, end of things. Divorce is done, just waiting for the time now, the clock to go to have the finalized stamp. And life feels good. It's easier now, and it's peaceful, and it's quiet, and it feels really good. And it felt like it was the right time. So I started preparing for that. My daughter ended up moving back in since she was pregnant. She took over my office. So I didn't have an office space. So I'm like, oh God, I can't record now because I don't have an office. So he's like, no excuses. So again, messaging in my face, here, you're going to, change your shed into your office. So I did it. I listened, and I changed my shed into my office. Here's some pictures of the progress of my office, and this is the final result of my space. So I built the office. Then again, I kept putting it on the back burner, and all of a sudden I started getting my algorithm changed on social media. Whether it was Instagram, Facebook, I started getting all these messages pertaining to just start, just do it, share your story, doesn't matter, you're going to help people, that was like all of the messaging that I kept getting. So I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I hear you. So again, that's how God speaks to me. Like I'll just see messages and feelings and just know things. And that's God to me. The God, angel, spirit, it all comes from God. So again, I put it on the back burner. Another week went by. I'm like, I'm not ready yet. I don't have everything ready. I don't have a script yet. I don't know my episodes. I need to have organization. So I kept putting it off because I didn't have it all perfect. And the next week came. And again, more messaging kept coming. Just do it, just do it. It's all going to work out. Just do it. Launch your episode. Go do it. Share your story, share your story, share your story. So finally, I was like, okay, God, I hear you. I'm going to do it. It's not perfect. I'm winging it. But again, my whole life I've been winging it. So that's all right. Story of my life. So yeah, that's why we're here. This is the intro, so you guys know what's coming. I wanted to kind of fill you in with who I am and what we're going to be talking about, and what the first few episodes, like I said, is going to be about my life and who I am and what I've been through. But really, ultimately, the goal is to connect with people, get people connected with God, save the children, and just help along the way however I can. So tips, tricks, different things that I can share with you, my wisdom, my knowledge, things that I've been through. That's what we'll go over. So I hope that you enjoy the show and you like and subscribe. And I'm not sure if it's up here or down here somewhere. I'm not used to this yet. So please like, subscribe, share, click the bell, and there's like a notification on YouTube where you click the bell and push all, and you'll get notified anytime there's a new episode. So definitely do that. But please, let me know things that you guys want to discuss. So in the comments on YouTube, if you'd like to discuss a certain topic and you want me to go over certain things, you can put that in there, and I can kind of start creating episodes of what we're going to talk about next. But again, I'm winging it. God told me to do it. I'm doing it. And I am going to share my story. My testimony is pretty crazy once you hear about my life. In a nutshell, just so people kind of know a little bit more about me, I definitely grew up very poor, on welfare. Grew up with myself and 3 siblings. My mom later had 2 more children, so there were 6 of us total. We didn't have a lot. My dad wasn't there. In and out, of my life, not really there for me. Was abused when I was younger, sexually abused, and that lasted until I was about 10 years old. A lot of trauma that I went through with that. And then later in life, I ended up not in the greatest relationships. Always worked a lot of jobs. So when I was 16, I had 3 jobs. I was helping my mom pay rent at the apartment and buying groceries. I was looking after my little sister, making sure she was safe and taken care of. So I've always been a hard worker. I've always had multiple jobs. I've always done that. But again, didn't meet the greatest people relationship-wise, but I did have my beautiful children, was blessed with my children, 2 kids from my first relationship, 2 kids from my second, who I married, my ex-husband. And again, had to learn lessons, right? My brother ended up committing suicide back in 2006, and that was pretty tough for me. And then the next year, my dad passed away, which was also very tough. So had to deal with those things on top of, not the greatest relationships and being a single mom and working crazy hours in the car business. Anybody that's in the car business knows, like, I was sometimes working 16 hours a day, 6 days a week. I mean, it was pretty crazy. but I had to provide for my children. So that's what I had to do. Had to do what I had to do. And fast forward a little more, was with my most recent husband for, it's been now almost 7 years. And that was a roller coaster. Again, it's probably going to take a whole episode with a lot of tea to go over that one. But that was a really tough lesson. And I feel like when you're a chosen one, or whatever you'd like to call it, I feel like there's lots of attacks that come, especially from a young age, from a child. The spirit knows, they try to protect you, but there's evil entities, I believe, also that come after people that are truth tellers and people that are supposed to lead others. And I think I've been attacked since I was a little girl. So I've been being attacked all the time, to kind of get me off my path, right? I feel like we all come here and we have a certain destiny and a path we're supposed to be on. But when you're leading people, and you're leading people to the truth, and you're waking people up out of the matrix and all of that, like, there's an evil entity that doesn't want that. So they're going to try to get you off your path. They're going to try to put roadblocks in your way. And I feel like that's been happening my whole life. But I have gotten through it, obviously, with God. Thank you to God. That's the only way I've ever been able to get through it. And I always look at the glass half full. I'm always positive. Like, even when life throws anything it can at me, like, I'm telling you guys, once you guys hear my story, your jaw's going to be on the floor. But everything that I've been through, no matter what it was, I'm always going to think positive. I'm always going to find something good in that negative to make it make sense. And it does make you who you are. I heard a saying that was really good about, oysters. A pearl is actually a little grain of sand that hurts the pearl, and it's painful for the pearl. I mean, not for the pearl, the oyster. It's very painful for the oyster. So that little sand is so painful inside of that oyster that it starts creating this protection around it. So the layers form over that grain of sand and create that pearl. So this beautiful thing comes out of that pain that was inside of that oyster at the end of the day, right? And so I feel like that's kind of like related to our lives. Like, we go through all this pain and trauma and different things that might happen to us throughout life, but it turns into a pearl later. You have to look at it and find the positive in it to make a difference, help others, share your story, right? Like I am. Share your story to others to help lead people in the right direction and lead people to God. Ultimately, that's the goal, is to get to heaven, be a good person. I always try to treat people how I want to be treated. It's the golden rule. And then obviously abiding by the 10 commandments. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal, don't do any of those things. Just be a good person. Treat people how you want to be treated, right? So it's a little bit about me in a nutshell. We're definitely going to do a deeper dive on all of that. With the fact that my brother passed away. So one little plug I want to give to, it's Ian Went. June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month, and his brother actually passed away recently, a few months ago, by suicide. And so he has a group that he had created. It's called the Modern Exodus, and it's a men's group, which I totally recommend everybody go if you're a man. If you're not, support them if you'd like to. I do a monthly support donation, just because I truly believe in what he's doing and leading men. I think it's so important, and that's what we're missing in this world, is strong men and husbands and father figures and people to protect us. The men are supposed to protect the women and children, period. It goes man, First it goes God, right? Then husband, wife, children, period. That's how it's supposed to be. So this group is really important, the Modern Exodus. They go on trips. It's just a safe space to, help men out, just to be better leaders and better men. So anybody that signs up with his group, if they would like to join this month, the month of June, they get 50% off. So normally it's $50 a month to join. And if they join in June, it's only $25 to start. So I just wanted to give a little plug there. He doesn't even know I'm mentioning this, but I wanted to mention it just because of my brother passing away as well. It just means a lot to me, finding out about his brother passing away and this group he's created. I think it's very important. Another plug, I do have a sponsor. So the sponsor for my show is called Elite, and it's spelled ELYT, Elite. It is a company that you're able to have a vacation you're able to get your vacations less expensive. And that's how I've been able to go on my vacations. If anybody's on my social media or follows me, I go on a lot of trips. And that's how I've been able to afford it, is with this company, Elite. So they are sponsoring my show. I will have a little ad play so you can kind of see a little bit about how it works. But you're able to go on, vacations cheaper. And then obviously, if you'd like to do the business side of things, you can make income as well. So Elite is awesome. Shout out to Elite. There's a Indonesia trip coming up that I'm going to be going on. Super excited about that one. And then they just had a cruise they just came back on that was pretty awesome. But some of these trips are all inclusive, everything's covered, so it's pretty nice to also have discounted vacations, and then to make money while you're vacationing is nice as well. Hi guys, it's Nicki B, the host of Explore with Nicki B. I just wanted to come on and go over our current sponsor of the show, Elite. I wanted to do a quick promo and plug for them, and they are who's making this happen, so I appreciate them. I'd like to start by sharing their mission statement. So what is Elite? Elite's mission is to elevate everyday life by making travel more accessible and creating a path towards financial independence. We exist to inspire people to experience more of the world, live on their own terms, and design a life they love. So Elite is pretty much an invitation-only travel and lifestyle community. So I am part of it. I'd love for you to be part of it so you can come travel with me, go on some fun trips together. I don't know if you guys currently travel right now. If you're currently traveling, it'll definitely save you a ton of money because, as you know, using things like Expedia Group, Booking Holdings, you think you're getting a savings, but in all actuality, there's probably another 65% savings there in over a million plus hotels that Elite is able to offer you. I know with Booking Holdings, they made $26.9 billion last year, and then the Expedia Group $14.7 billion. So that shows, if they're making that much money, that shows how much room there is for savings. So it does allow you to save money. It is a travel club that you're part of. What's nice about being part of the travel club, so not only do you get the up to 65% off on the hotels, over 1 million plus hotels, you also get savings on car rentals, resort weeks. There's specific Elite excursions that they'll post that you're able to be part of, which is really cool. I'll show you some upcoming ones that I'm going to be joining. There's cruises, there's group travel rates. So if you're getting married and you have a big, large group that you need to get group rates on, or maybe a 50th wedding anniversary is coming up and you have a big group that you're taking somewhere, you're able to get discounted rates on it. Meeting spaces, if you're going to rent those out, airport lounges you can save money on. So tons of ways to save money throughout the year with your current travel. If you're not currently traveling and you'd like to travel more, that's another reason why it makes sense to do this. So the cost of the actual membership is $175 a month. So with that, though, you're getting the discounted hotels, you're getting the elite escapes. Those are those week-long trips that they have in different places like Dubai, and there's one coming up in Thailand that I'm going to be going to. I'll share that real quick. Also, there's a cruise they just went on, trips to Jamaica, things like that. You also get portal access to go online and book everything yourself and see all your savings, as well as the discounted airport lounges, and then the signature trips. So by paying that $175 every single month and paying your dues, it's almost like a savings account in a way. So me being a single mom of 4 kids, I don't always have a lot of money to set aside for myself to do a nice fun trip that is well deserved, right? We need to treat ourselves. So this kind of allows it. It's a way to, it's almost like a little travel savings account. So you pay your dues each month and it gets tucked away where you can't touch it. And then at the end of the year, after 12 months, you're able to choose a signature trip, which is a week-long trip. And there's, over 50 plus places to choose from. And you don't have to just go overseas. There's local stuff too that you can do with your trip. But it allows you to go on a trip once a year on top of being part of the elite community and traveling with all of us, to all the different places. So the one coming up that I'm going to for sure be going on is the Thailand trip. So I'll put it here on the screen. That one is 8 days and 7 nights, round trip airport transfers for stress-free arrival and departure. You get private transportation for all the excursions, no guesswork, just smooth transitions. $150 resort credit per person. Food and drink, you're getting 3 days of breakfast, 4 curated meals across standout venues. So we have lunch at the beachfront restaurant, toes in the sand, dining with panoramic sea views, the Thai tasting menu at the Blue Mango, elevated local flavors in a luxe setting, lunch at Phuket's Floating Village, cultural immersion meets culinary delight, dinner at the kitchen table, refined ambience, and signature dishes. So all of that for $650. So, and then if you minus out the $150 credit, it's really only costing you $500. So you can't really beat that, right? So I'm definitely going to be going on that trip. Another one coming up is, and hopefully you guys can all join me. It's going to be my divorce party. So I'm officially divorced, finalized December 5th. So this trip is actually December 10th through December 14th. So we're definitely going to party. So come join me and be part of the club. It's going to be in the Dominican Republic. I'll put that on the screen as well. It's 5 days, 4 nights at the Twin Sands. So it has the accommodations and transportation included, food and drink, like we talked about before. This one has all-inclusive with meals, snacks, and the premium open bar. 24/7 room service, in-room bar with mixers, restocked daily, and a $500 per room resort credit. So you are getting a $500 credit there as well. So some of the activities, these are the ones I'm looking forward to. Unlimited golf green fees. So that's the Greg Norman course. We have the Elite Excursion. That's a sail and snorkel party cruise. We have the Elite VIP private welcome reception, Elite VIP farewell dinner event, and the Elite Experiences concierge on site. So all of that is going to be included. Definitely looking forward to that. So yeah, being part of the club allows you to come on the trips. It allows you to have that savings set aside, and then being able to get the discounts you normally would have done if you were traveling. The travel industry alone is huge. So if you want to do the business side of things too and make money and travel as well, you can do that. The travel industry in comparison, like I'm part of the automobile industry, right? So the automobile industry right now is $2.6 trillion. So if you look at travel's an $11.7 trillion industry. And in the next 5+ years, there's going to be trillions more, right? So if you want to be part of that side of things, making an income, Elite allows that as well. So if you'd like to do the business part of things, let me know. I can get you linked with somebody on the team to be part of that. But there is a really good compensation plan if you're wanting to do that side of things. And or just come travel with me and be my travel buddy. So I'll put my QR code link up here if you'd like to sign up and or do the business part of things as well. So yeah, that's Elite in a nutshell. Thank you so much. Bye. So shout out to them. And yeah, so tiny bit more about me, Nicole Brienne, Nicki B. Nicole means victorious people or leader of the people, and I truly believe that God has put that on me for a reason. I'm supposed to be leading the people, saving the children, all of that, and I've gone through everything that I've gone through in life to lead me here to do that, to be that person, you know. So I'd like to share my journey with you if you're along for the ride. Thank you for supporting me and joining me here. This is not for financial gain at all. I have a very great career. I'm really truly doing this to help people. And I love spreading the truth, sharing the truth. I'm doing this to help others, save the children, just bring awareness to different topics and things. We might do some conspiracy theory stuff too, so I hope you guys are okay with that. We might talk about flat earth, we might talk about the non-existent moon landings, you know, stuff like that. Maybe a little sprinkle of Illuminati in there. But yeah, so we'll definitely talk about some things. It's not going to be politically affiliated. I am not right or left, red or blue, none of that. Technically registered Green Party, if you'd like to know. And I can share some of my views politically on what happened and transpired over the years. I don't mind talking about that, and we can discuss that on a future episode. But I'm definitely not going to be pushing politics. None of that. We might go over some things that are happening in the world just to make you guys aware of it. Things that I don't agree with, like genocide in Gaza, things like that. You know, there's some things that I don't agree with. You know, I love Candace Owens. She's one of my favorite podcasters. I love her. So we might talk a little bit about things going on with Candace or the Charlie Kirk investigation that she's working so hard on. We might touch on a few things like that. But other than that, I don't have a script. I don't have a direction. I'm just listening to God. I'm doing what He says, being a good servant. I think it's very important to listen to God in any way He speaks to you, in any capacity. And that's what I'm doing. So, like I said, first 30 minutes, we'll go over whatever the topic is. Next 15 will be some tea time. And then the last 15 will be answering any questions from the previous episode. Another thing that I'm going to do, which we can actually do it now, because I think we're 30 minutes in. This is just our intro, so we have no questions from the week before. But one thing that was really cool, another way that God spoke to me, I went recently to a trip to Kentucky, and I went to the Ark Experience there. And it's in Williamstown, Kentucky. I stayed at this place called Abide, and it was glamping, like a glamp site. So it's this big, huge, like tent, dome-shaped tent. It was pretty cool. So inside the Airbnb, there was this towel that says makeup. And it was just sitting right over the toilet on a rack. And I noticed it. I remember specifically reading it and seeing it and noticing it. It was hanging there the whole time. So I was there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, went home Monday. This towel was hanging there the whole time. Monday comes. I pack up all my things. I go home. A few days go by. I don't open my luggage back up because I didn't need anything out of there yet. So I open it. Finally, comes around a few days, 3 days go by. I open it. And lying on top of the clothing was this towel, just like this, lying there on my clothes. I was so freaked out because I'm like, how did this towel get in my luggage, in my clothes? And I immediately wrote the people and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I accidentally took this makeup towel. I don't know how it got in my bag. Can I pay for it or return it? You know, and they said, no, just keep it or donate it. Don't worry, we have more. So, and this was, again, during one of those weeks that I was supposed to start this podcast and I hadn't started it yet. And I kept pushing it off. So when I saw this towel, I kept thinking like, God, why did you give me this towel? What does this mean? Am I supposed to be doing makeup on this YouTube channel? Am I supposed to, do something with makeup? And I was just racking my brain, and I'm praying on it. So finally, the Spirit told me, my angels told me, that I'm supposed to be using it within my channel. So how I'm going to incorporate it at the end when we're going over questions. I know most people apply makeup and do a YouTube, right? They'll put their different makeup on and talk about what they're doing. And which I could do that on maybe another episode later. I'll show you guys how I do my makeup that I put on. But I'm going to do something a little different, and I'm going to take the makeup off. So I'm going to show you the products that I use to remove my makeup and be natural. I'm really trying to be more natural. And again, I'll share more about my story later, so you know why I'm on the path I'm on. But I do different things for parasite cleanses, and I no longer wear nail polish anymore. So I have, all natural nails, just my real nails. I don't do nail polish on my toes. I try to wear less makeup, and when I do makeup, it's like more natural makeup. I'm wearing my hair natural. I'm letting it grow back out. Last year I got very, very sick. I literally almost died, and I lost all my hair. So that's, like I said, we've got to get a whole big old cup of tea for that one. Shout out to Chevy, Epic Chevrolet. I got this mug from one of my dealerships in Sacramento. I love Epic. So yeah, I almost died. Hair fell out. It's finally growing back. And again, we'll go over all that on one of my other episodes. But so I'm going to take my makeup off and be natural with no makeup on, because honestly, I want women to feel beautiful no matter what. You don't have to have makeup on to feel beautiful. You can be beautiful all natural. So God spoke to me through the spirits. This is why I got the towel. We're taking the makeup off. So here goes nothing. These are the Rice Water Bright cleansing wipes that I use. So none of these are sponsoring me yet. If they'd like to, I reach out and have your people reach out to my people. Anyways, so these are the Rice Water wipes I'm going to use. And then I'll show you a couple other products I'm going to use after that. So we're going to take off the makeup. And again, next time, once I do this on the first episode, that's when we're going to kind of answer questions. So we're going to remove makeup, read questions, answer questions, all of that, just to kind of save some time. But that's where we're going to save it to the end. It's important, though, to not always wear makeup. Let your skin breathe. Be natural. My face is really red right now. My son had a 7-on-7 tournament yesterday, which is a certain kind of football, at Sac State University. So we were out there all day from 7:30 in the morning until about, I think we were out there till almost 4:30 at night. They did really good, though. Their team won the first 3 games, and they were number 1 seed position, which was cool. So they got to skip the 4th game. It was an automatic win. And then the 5th game they won. And then they got to the 6th game, and they lost. So they got kicked out of the tournament, unfortunately. We almost made it to the championship, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I got sunburnt, as you can tell. My face is very red. I think you can see a little bit of the sunburn lines. But it was fun watching him and hanging out with my football moms. It's the mascara and eyeliner that always is a little difficult to get off. I know a lot of people say not to rub your eyes too hard and all of that stuff, but I just do what I do. Okay, I think we got it all. All right, fresh face, no makeup. How do we look? So no makeup, and then a couple of the other products I use. So I've been using this lately. This is the brand, it's Korean beauty brand. No more pore pads. QUIA. So I'll use that. It like helps, shrink your pores. So if you have like big pores and things like that. And then the same brand, QUIA. This one is Korean Beauty Collagen Night Wrapping Mask. So I bought this little guy here, and it's like kind of like a plastic applicator that you put it on. And so we'll put this on after the pad, and then it will dry, and you just sleep in it all night. And when you wake up in the morning, it'll just peel right off. And so that helps for pigmentation and like wrinkles and all that stuff. We're over 40s, so I'm gonna be 43 this year, so gotta make sure we're taking care of all that yet. So we'll do the pad first, which you should only have to use one, but my pores are really big right here, so I always try to use it right there. A long time ago I had tried Botox, so I did it probably like 3 times, but I never want to do it again with everything that I'm learning about what's in it and what it does and the damage it does underneath. You're thinking that you look good, and then it's doing worse damage. So I'm not trying to do any kind of things like that anymore. So I'm trying to do natural ways to help the aging process. So if you guys have any recommendations of things that work, that are more natural and good for you, definitely let me know. Okay, so once that's done, another product I really like, I won't use it right now, but it's this whipped tallow cream face and body moisturizer. So that's my moisturizer I usually use. As you can tell, I actually use it. It's almost gone, so I need to order more. But it is, let's see, JTOPYRT, I think. It's hard to read because it's in some crazy font. But it's 100% grass-fed beef tallow, honey, and beeswax. So I really like that one. All right, let's put this bad boy on. So you just apply a little bit, and a little bit goes a long way. And then you can see it like goes on clear, and you just paint on a mask. So that's all you're doing. And then by morning, it'll be dry. It says to avoid your nose, but I still do it. I don't know why you have to avoid your nose, but I put it on my nose. You definitely want to avoid your eyes, though. Don't put it over your eyes. You can go under the eye, though, right there. And your nose. I have a nose ring, so hopefully it doesn't go inside there. Oops, got a glow up on the eyebrow. It's okay if it gets on your eyebrow. I've had that happen before. It just dries and it comes off. And it's okay if your hair gets on it too. It's not a big deal. So you're basically just painting it on your face. Just make sure you have enough. Because if it's too thin of a layer, it's definitely harder to get off. So you want it to be kind of thick. And you could do some on your neck too if you wanted, but I'm just going to do it right here. Okay. So that will dry. And that's it. You just go to sleep after that and get ready for bed. So that is my current routine I've been doing. This other mask that I do this one. I'll alternate between that one and this one. QUASI. So I've done this one as well. And that one, same thing. You apply it, you put it on, you go to sleep, and then it dries. It'll be clear by the time it's dry. And that one feels good too. Uneven skin tone care makes your skin look firm and smooth, and pore care. So that is it. That is my makeup removal routine. All right, well, I appreciate you guys joining me here on Explore with Nicki B, and I am excited to get this finally going. I hope that you guys tune in for my first episode. Again, this was the intro, just kind of letting you know what's coming. My first episode will air the following Wednesday. So every Wednesday, roughly, I'm thinking 6 p.m. Will launch, but I'll make sure to notate it and let you guys know. So like, subscribe, share, follow my journey. Thanks, guys. Have a good night. Bye.
There's a dreamer in your bloodline, something ancient, something true. You can sense the things unspoken, feel what others never knew. Your ambition hums in silence, building kingdoms in your mind. And the legacy you're weaving is the most enduring kind. Don't let the noise distract you from the vision burning bright. You're closer than you've ever been to stepping in your light. You were made of fire and mercy, truth and tender grace. With a heart that reads the room before you've seen a face. The universe is holding what your hands cannot contain. Every wound you've turned to wisdom, every loss became your gain. Every scar became a story, every tear became a guide. Now the cracks are feeling golden where you no longer hide. You're not broken, you're becoming. Every ending keeps the next door running. So breathe deep and trust your rhythm on this winding sacred road. Oh, the stars align to shape you strong enough to bear the load. Oh, you're written in the heavens, every chapter, every line. The cosmos holds your blueprint now. Go ahead and shine.